Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Hopkins County Judge Robert Newsom expects the new courtroom under construction next to the County Law Enforcement Center jail to be completed around the first of the year. Work is now moving quickly on the facility that will house felony docket calls and felony court cases. He noted that with the sale of the county annex at 110 and 118 Main Street, now under contract, work should begin soon on the new building for the district attorney and district clerk's office building as well. That too will be on the Law Enforcement Center grounds. Newsom calls the new facility safer, more innovative, and more user-friendly. He also noted that on jury days, the courtroom will allow for more parking around Celebration Plaza since parking at the new courtroom will be available at that facility. The new courtroom will also be more accommodating to a modern trial than the current second-floor courtroom located in the historic courthouse. Sound and media equipment in the new courtroom will add to the flow of the trial as video used in the trial and video of the trial in the courtroom will be readily available. The room was designated with these accoutrements installed, or was designed with them installed. Newsom said that lawyers and judges will love the innovations included. Newsom said the new courtroom will seat around 100 individuals with room for attorneys, judge, and jury as well. Public safety was in mind with the design and building of the new courtroom. The individual on trial will not be exposed to the public as they move in and out of the courtroom. Also, in high-profile trials, the ability to screen those entering the courthouse will be available without disrupting the flow of citizens needing to access other services at the courthouse. The new courtroom will be a detached building, but will eventually be connected to the jail by a covered walkway. Costs for the new courtroom should come in under $400,000, according to Newsom. The money used to build the facility is a part of the bond money acquired to build the current jail facility. Monday, during the regular session of the Commissioner's Court, contracts were signed for a total of $445,000 in purchase price for 110 and 118 Main Street. The Chamber of Commerce will purchase the smaller side, 118 Main Street, for $205,000, and Realtor Chris and Lisa Childress will purchase the 110 Main Street for $240,000. The county will replace the roof on the building and will divide the building into two buildings with firewall as part of the purchase agreement. With the contracts in place, commissioners will move ahead with a set of plans now being utilized in seeking bids for the new district attorney district clerk building. Newsom said the county will be working with the city of Sulphur Springs to expedite the new facility that he hopes will be occupied by the first of the year. Sulphur Springs City Council reviewed open meeting laws, including updates related to technology, approved the Community Facilities Agreement for Roy Lee Beasley Edition, postponed the appointment of a charter review committee, and heard 5 individuals during public forum Tuesday night during their regular August session. The council also approved a resolution authorizing the interlocal agreement between the city and Saputo Dairy Foods for Texas Capital Fund's infrastructure project. They approved the first reading of an ordinance for a budget amendment for fiscal year 2017 and 2018 and approved rezoning of property at 601 South Jackson Street from light industrial to multifamily. City Attorney Jim McElroy told council members that with current technology, there was a greater danger of failing to uphold the Opens Meeting Act. He noted that reply all in emails and group texts could create a failure to meet the standards of the law.
The danger in the Open Meetings Act is in new technology. It's in the emails, it's in the phone text and that kind of thing. You'll notice every time that I send an email that I intend for every one of you to get, I usually send them to Gail because I want a record at the custodian of record of the communication that I have with each one of you. But you'll notice I usually put in there the warning, please don't, if you want to reply to this, please don't use the reply all command. Because when you use the reply all command, you're going to reply to every member on this council because you've all been included in the group. And at that point, even though it's done by email, it can be construed as deliberation of whatever the subject matter that we're talking about is, and that's the potential violation. Open Meetings Act violations are Class A misdemeanors that can carry up to a year in jail. They're rarely prosecuted by local prosecutors. The Attorney General employs a group of prosecutors who are fairly humorless that travel around the state, and when they find egregious Open Meetings Act violations, they prosecute them. And we haven't ever had one prosecuted here. I've never had one prosecuted in the city that I represent, but they have been prosecuted as close as Upshur County. They had some school board members in Gilmer prosecuted for Open Meetings Act violations. And while they were acquitted at the trial, the one school board member that I talked to, who was an attorney down there I knew, said that it was a very, very cold and uncomfortable feeling as he sat there and listened to the prosecutor from the state get up and give his closing argument, asking for the jury to find him guilty. And I don't want any of my counsels anywhere to ever have to go through that. So I caution you, when you're using the new technologies, the text, group text, and the emails, you can communicate with Gail, you can communicate with me, you can communicate with Mark. You can't communicate with each other, so refrain from that, and there shouldn't be a problem. Now, the mayor also wanted me to talk to you about Robert's Rules of Order. And I participated in Green Hand chapter conducting when I was in FFA as a freshman, and all I know about Robert's Rules I learned my freshman year in high school. But these SPARK charts I've used over the years at other cities to help them, and I purchased some, and I think each one of you have one at your station to take with you. And it's a good introduction to Robert's Rules and the basic tenets. Now, the Robert's Rules book is 300 or 400 pages long, and if you want, I can get you a copy and you can read it. But I don't recommend it. I don't think you need it. We don't strictly follow Robert's Rules. Typically, the chair, and it changes as we change mayors, the chair denotes the degree to which we follow Robert's Rules. Some chairs want a motion before the body deliberates. In other words, so there's a specific piece of business pending, and if it's a discussion action item that's on the agenda, you're not required, if you make a motion to approve something, you're not required to vote for that motion. So if the chair wants a motion before we deliberate action items, somebody's going to have to make a motion, somebody's going to have to second the motion, then we can deliberate. We can talk about them, we can vote them up and down, we can amend them, we can modify them. All of those things can happen. But it's just a little more orderly process as opposed to having discussions that go here and here, and a motion made here, and changes made over there. It's just a little more deliberative, a little more precise process to do it that way. And it's strictly the prerogative of the chair. If the mayor wants the action item on the floor before debate is taken, which is not uncommon, it's the way Congress does things, it's the way the state legislatures do things. They follow Robert's Rules much more strictly. Any deliberative body that follows Robert's Rules strictly does it that way. An action item is placed on the floor before there's any debate on it, so you know what you're debating on. But again, when we do that, the way we would introduce an item is the mayor would introduce the item from the agenda. There'd be a motion to approve or disapprove, motion, whatever you want the motion to be. And if there's a second, then we would proceed to debate on it. We would take debate. Typically, although no council is required to take comment from the audience, most of the time, city councils take comments from the audience on those things, and we deliberate all the different input, and then we take our vote. The things you're going to use in Robert's Rules are typically the general motions, the seconds, the motions to adjourn, hopefully. That's a joke. That's a joke. Occasionally a point of order. Occasionally someone will call the question, which is simply a motion to end debate and proceed to a vote. Those are the typical motions from Robert's Rules. There are a whole lot more actions you can take in Robert's Rules. And if you read them and start using them, you'll be way ahead of everybody else. But basically, use this. If you have questions, call me about them, and I'll be glad to do the best I can to answer them. Does anybody have any questions? No?
Here's Don Julian with sports.
5, 7, 1, 3, 1, 7. First, in news, last week the Blue Blazes drill team attended a camp near Joshua. Wednesday morning, they practiced at Gerald Prim Stadium. During a break, I talked with Blue Blazes director Christy McCullough.
Camp went great. We came back from camp Thursday night, and they learned 3 of their football routines. They learned 1 before we left, and then they learned 3 more at camp. They learned some pep rally routines. We had a private practice session where they kind of worked on pregame and reviewed the routines they had learned. And then we had a technique session as well while we were there. We had a lot of team bonding through team classes and leadership and some activities. And then we had a fun night where they actually got to go and play with the other teams that were at camp with us and everything. So we had a great camp experience, really proud of the girls. Very positive vibe going through the team right now, which is nice because it's kind of carried over into now that we've been home and going into just practices.
Now, is this the first on-the-field practice today?
This is the first Prim practice, and they were both excited and a little nervous because of the heat and being in the sunshine for the first time. But it's been great. We got a nice breeze blowing, and the girls, again, that positive attitude is just carrying over. They've been real positive, worked really hard. Been taking lots of water breaks, and they're getting it done. We've been working our entrance, and we're about to go into work in pregame. So we're really utilizing the field as much as we possibly can to get all that stuff done. So then once they get it learned, it's just review until the season starts.
That fake grass gets pretty hot.
Yes, it does. It's nice because it's green and it's grass and it's always there, but it does get pretty hot. But like I said, we've been very blessed this morning. We've had 115-degree practices, on the field. So this has been a little bit nicer. And then, like I said, the breeze has been great too. I was hoping for a little bit of a sprinkle here and there, but that didn't quite happen this morning. So,
are they where you would like them to be right now?
They actually are. We're right about where we need to be, and maybe even just barely a little bit ahead of the game. I'm always hesitant to say that, and then something happened. But like I said, this is a great group. They work really well together. My vets are really stepping up and being leaders, taking charge. My officers are very positive within working with their squads in the team. And then the babies, the new ones that we've got this year, while they're a very big group, they're, right under half of the team this year. They are just super excited and channeling that energy into a real positive way. They're hard workers. I'm pushing them really hard, and they're responding really well, and I think that's kind of helped us, get to where we are right now. So it's going really good. We've got a ways to go before that first game, but I'm real pleased with their progress right now, and more so pleased with the way they're getting along and cooperating with each other, and it's really nice to watch them step up and help each other through the process and be that team that they know they need to be.
What will the first routine be?
We're going to open with Palm this year. We're going to open with Palm. We're going back to wearing our summer pep dresses that we got last year. We got a lot of compliments on those. They were new last year. So we're going to start with those summer pep dresses because it is so hot, and our overlays and dress uniforms, even though they're short sleeve, are very hot with that sequin on them. So we're going to start with the pep dresses, and those are just perfect for kind of that collegiate look Palm routine. We got some new Palms we're going to show off this year. So we're really excited, and I think that's kind of helped build some energy too. We got a few little new props here and there, and that's always fun to have the newness around. So we're going to open with Palm, and then we'll go from there.
You got a pretty good group, good numbers this year.
Yes, we've got 34 this year, and I couldn't be more pleased with the numbers and the work progress, and most important to me, the respect and the camaraderie that they're building amongst themselves right now, and I can't wait for the community to see that and embrace it. Last year, we were just so blessed with our Blaze Buddy program going to over 100 buddies throughout the year. We had several opportunities to go out and participate in the community and do community service, but also be at different, like the school greetings that we did on Friday mornings, and being at some town things. And we've already been asked back for a couple of things this year. And that's just a tribute to the girls and their personalities and their excitement. And I'm always proud as a director when we can go back and give to the community that gives so much to us. So we're really looking forward to that aspect of it as well. And I'm real proud to show them off anytime somebody needs them. So.
In sports, the Lady Cats volleyball team opened the regular season with a pair of wins at a tri-match in Sherman on Tuesday. The Lady Cats opened with a 3-1 win over the host Bearcats. Sherman actually took the first set 25-21, but the Lady Cats then won the next 3 sets 25-21, 25-17, and 28-26. Lady Cats coach Justin Manus said he was impressed with how the Lady Cats played, and he added they played good defense. He called the Lady Cats offense efficient. Coach Manus noted that Sherman and North Lamar were both good teams. Against Sherman, Madison Vickery led the Lady Cats with 11 kills, and Sydney Washburn had 10. Coach Manus said Vickery had 2 of her best hitting games ever, and he called Sydney Washburn smart and aggressive. Lexi Wisenhunt had 25 assists. Sadie Stroud led the Lady Cats with 18 digs. Autumn Tanton had 4 block assists. Sadie Washburn had a team-high 3 service aces. In Game 2, the Lady Cats downed North Lamar 3-0, winning 25-21, 25-17, and 25-17. Tanton had 9 kills, and Vickery had 8. Wisenhunt had 30 assists. Stroud had 7 digs. Tanton, Sydney Washburn, and Vickery each had 4 block assists. Stroud, Sadie Washburn, and Wisenhunt had 1 service ace apiece. The Lady Cats are now 2-0 for the season, and they'll play next in a varsity-only Garland tournament held in Garland and Sachse Friday and Saturday. The Lady Cats are in pool play Friday in Sachse with Carrollton Ranchview, Dallas Skyline, and Sachse. Wildcats team tennis squad lost another close match Tuesday at Waxahachie by the score of 8-6. The Wildcats are 0-3 for the season, but Wildcats tennis coach Tony Martinez feels that his team will break into the win column soon. I talked with Coach Martinez about the Waxahachie match and more, and we talked as the Wildcats were playing Spring Hill at the Wildcat Tennis Complex on Wednesday morning.
We went 6-6 with 3, boys doubles and 3 girls doubles, and then we went straight up 1-6 on the boys and girls side. And we played relatively tough. We just lost a close one again, 8-6. And a lot of our matches, we kind of faded away in the morning. It did heat up, and ours was a 10 o'clock type match, but by noon it was already warm there in the Dallas area. So we're but very happy pleased with what I saw yesterday. They're still competing, and nobody makes any excuses at this point.
You got some good wins from. We got 6 wins on the board. Tell us about some of the ones that won.
The ones that won yesterday, have been kind of generally, well, not all the time, but Jolie Cantu, our freshman, she's still been consistent. She's still in her winning ways, really, for the last 3 teams that she's gone through. And then we had Carlos, another freshman, who played number 6. He finally got a good win yesterday at number 6. It was kind of the last match on the court, and it had both, schools, yelling for each other. So I think it was good for him to understand what the team concept is, and that's what the freshman girls are kind of understanding too. That hey, this is more of a team, and your teammates are behind you on the court even while you're playing. They're there, they're supporting you. So that's what they're learning is the team, program and the team, concept.
Have to kind of learn how to win a team that going through those lessons and with these close ones, and eventually though the team does get over the hump.
True. I mean, the whole idea is if you can come back, and if you're losing 5-1 or 5-2, what it shows me, if they get close again to 7-all and they lose it in a tiebreaker, they fought back to get all those games, and then that proves to them later in a match that hey, you've done it before. You can come back, so don't give up. And so that they're kind of now, it's kind of sinking in, that in their mentality that I can come back. And that's what you have to be out there on the court. You can't say I've already lost this match, it's over. That's the negative view. You have to think positive. And now, and even for the freshmen, it's really clicked on so fast, and like not the first match or not the second, but yesterday you can see that hey, I can still come back and win, and compete in this match. And so that's what they're learning, and that's the whole idea of this whole, these pre-season type matches is to learn, how tough you are on the inside.
I know they're glad to be home today with a home opener, and the weather was really iffy, but it's a little windy out here, as people can probably tell whistling through this microphone. But other than that, it's a nice day here.
It is. This is, really nice. For us in the shade, it's great. But out there, it's it's going to be a little tough, a little toasty and things like that. But that's just part of the game. But at least it's not dynamically like 104 out here right now. We're still good, and hopefully we'll be off the courts in another hour and a half to 2 hours with all the matches underway before it reaches over 95, 96 today. So, but other than that, the kids are fresh. I think they were a little tired because they have been playing the last 2 days, and I could see that, feel it, but now they're starting to pick it up. Now they're waking up too and get going. So hopefully, we can do some, finish strong here is what we're trying to do. Just finish strong, get your matches. If you didn't have good doubles, we had it tough here in the beginning. We were down 5-2 in the doubles. But the thing is to pick it up in your singles, make it up. Get the scores back and do it in singles.
Somebody wants to come out and check out matches here at the Wildcat Tennis Center or Complex, playing John Tyler on Thursday and Terrell on Saturday.
Saturday, correct. And those are 10 o'clock matches. Tomorrow's at 10 o'clock, and then Saturday morning it'll be at 10 o'clock matches. I'm trying to be nice to the other teams where they don't have to get up so early and travel, and we're good for that day. So, and then next week we start again Tuesday with a doubleheader away with Hallsville and Jacksonville in the afternoon. And so we've got about 3 more matches to go for now. We end up with Marshall on Thursday next week.
I think I counted 10 matches over 2 weeks.
Right.
It's busy.
It's busy, keeping us busy, but I think it's good for the team. And then when we start school, we have a break. We don't have anything for about a week and a half. We do play Pine Tree the first week, but then the following week before we get to Lindale, we've got about 7-10 days of good practice to put in to go over, our mistakes that we've made over the last 2 weeks.
Team heading in the right direction.
Yes. We're very happy. Sometimes it can be, you're depressed, but it's not. You got to understand these are kids too, and they're playing, day after day, and I can remember how it was when I was growing up as a junior. It can be a little bit tiring about the 4th day or the 5th match or the 6th school you play, but they're pretty resilient. I think we're going to be okay.
Where can you go this week in Sulphur Springs for all your back-to-school needs? The Back-to-School Fair. It's put on by Can Help. It'll be Friday, August 10th, the afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m., and it's absolutely free. Shanna Martin of Can Help has organized it all. Let's find out more.
I'm here to talk about the Back to School Fair again. It is coming up. We only have 2 more days to go before our 2nd annual Back to School Fair for Hopkins County. That's going to be at the Hopkins County Civic Center at 1200 Houston Street. So that's Friday from 3 to 6 p.m.
How exciting.
It is. Now we're in a roller coaster. Everything is happening so fast, it's...
Well, you have gotten quite a collection of things going on that all point towards helping families get their kids back to school.
We do, yes. We have so many things going on, and what we say is this is a one-stop destination to prepare the entire family for the start of school. So whether it's for the adults or for it's the kids, we have something for everyone. Specifically, if you need a school physical and you play athletics, be sure to come. We have school physicals, vision screenings, health screenings for adults, haircuts, dental screenings, and fluoride applications for the kids. So many things going on, plus tons of booths and family entertainment. There's just many things from education to employment opportunities, just different things like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's only the 3 hours this Friday afternoon at the Civic Center, indoors and outdoors.
Indoors and outdoors, there's going to be something going on. And I'm not one to say don't rain, because we definitely need the rain. But if it can just, hold off from 3 to 6, we'll be really happy about that. But
the school supplies that come with a backpack, you've had application season, let's say, open for that for a while.
Yes, to be able to pick the your backpacks and school supplies up at the fair, you want to get registered by today. By today at the Can Help office at 613 Gilmer Street. We will be there until 5 o'clock taking applications if you need to get your kids registered. After that, you'll come to Can Help next week and all the way up to school. We'll try to help as much as we can. Okay. We're very excited. Our goal was to help at least 500 kids this year with backpacks, and we are over 90% towards our goal. It's fantastic, and we've surpassed what we've did many years for the last several years. We've already surpassed that, so we're really happy to be able to help the community.
Seems like you mentioned that instead of having the backpacks already packed and ready, you're going to serve the age of student as they walk up.
Yes, this year's different. Every year we give the families a number, and that will coincide with their family. And what they're going to do this year is we'll have multiple tables set up based on your number. You'll bring your number, and then we'll have somebody going and actually getting the backpack based on the age group, and school supplies based on the age group. And so it will all be taking place there at the fair.
Well, let's say you have had money to spend, so you ordered some things in quantity.
Yes.
But how have local businesses helped supply these backpacks?
Well, we've had at least 20 sponsors donate to us, plus many individuals. And so we are very thankful for all the money that we have received, as well as, yesterday we have a barrel in our front lobby that we've been taking school supplies, and we emptied it. 10 minutes later came back, and it was full over the top, and we even had some, kind of spilling out on the floor. So I was like, we had a magic barrel yesterday, which was amazing. As always, the community is very generous to help those in need, and we couldn't be more excited. And we know Hopkins County is a generous community, and we are just very thankful to be able to help the families that we help on an annual basis.
I think you mentioned it's not just a slim income level that you go by, but many families would qualify.
Right. Actually, probably the ones that may need it would definitely qualify. We go all the way up to over 200% of the poverty level. So if you're a family of 4, you can make over $50,000 for sure. And so many people think maybe they can't qualify based on income level, but that's really not the case. So if you have any questions, just definitely call us at Can Help, and we can tell you if you do qualify.
Well, it's a marvelous thing that you do. You have got, even for the adults, for the parents who would come with the kids, or maybe you don't have a kid but you want to come down and find out more about continuing education for yourself.
PJC will be there, the continuing education, and those that are still needing a high school diploma, they will be there. But then other parts of the continuing education will be there as well. Job Corps will be there. And then we'll have some of the employment agencies there as well to talk to individuals and families.
What about getting health checkup?
Yeah, so we'll be, I think Abacus actually will be doing health screenings for adults. So if you need to get your blood pressure taken, you need to check your blood sugar, they can take that for you. Now the vision screenings as well, they're for kids and adults. If you need to get that checked out from the Lions Club, they'll be providing that to us, yes.
That's great.
So many things going on. We have over 60 vendors, and then that's not counting the entertainment vendors that we have. If you're a basketball fan, I think I've said this before, but the Mavs man from the Dallas Mavericks will be there from 3 to 4. So you definitely want to get there early so you can get a picture with him and his autograph.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Does it take, how big of a team do you have that?
Well, for us, goodness, we've been working on this for, one is planning well in advance. So we've been working on this for several months, and then Mayan takes the entire team to help out. And the day of, we actually have an additional 20 volunteers.
My. Can Help does a lot of good things in the community, just lots of good things. What about food? What if your kids are hungry when you come that afternoon?
Well, the Silver Springs Professional Firemen's Association or Firefighters Association will be cooking hot dogs. Chicken Express is donating tea to us, and then there'll be water out there from Fix and Feed. So there will be food if the kids are hungry, and I'm sure, just like at every event, there'll probably be lots of candy going around from the vendors, and we're going to have snow cones as well. We're going to do snow cones for at our Can Help table.
Did we mention haircuts?
I can't remember if we mentioned. I did. I originally said haircuts, but yes. But Great Clips is going to be out there, and they're going to be providing haircuts to the kids, and then we have a couple individuals that are going to be helping out as well with haircuts.
Well, tell me this. This is your big push, which is the back-to-school fair this Friday afternoon from 3 to 6 out at the Civic Center, grounds and indoors. But what about after this? is there still going to be need for people to donate things?
Absolutely. There still will be a need after, just like always, for some reason, people somehow don't hear about the fair or maybe can't get there. And if for some reason you think, I need a backpack for my kids and school supplies, but I can't get there on Friday, still come see us, because we're going to do what we can to definitely help you out. We have extra school supplies, and then we will get extra backpacks if needed.
Okay, wonderful. It's a good thing. It is many good things that Can Help does in our area, plus the thrift store, which is real fun shopping for anyone.
Very fun shopping. And like I tell everybody, the store is open to the public, and Can Help is not just a thrift store. We're a nonprofit organization that helps many people in the community, but the thrift store is there to really kind of help us survive. A lot of the proceeds that are from the actual thrift store go to help others in the community. We turn around and we put that back into our community program, so we're able to help more people in the community, like for instance with some of these backpacks and school supplies, because of course, we at Can Help, we're going to stick money in to that pot as well to make sure that we have been able to provide what we can to the families in Hopkins County.
Well, you have a pretty long legacy of having done this, and there is definitely a need.
Yes.
And it's joyful work that you get to do.
We love it. And I'm so thankful for the ladies and the guys that work there at Can Help and also at the thrift store. Everybody is very passionate about what they do and just have very grateful and giving hearts.
Okay.
Thanks for watching Channel 18. Have a great evening.
These DUI accidents occur on the weekends between 6 p.m. and 4 a.m. The City of Silver Springs currently does not have any public transportation services that can be utilized by its residents on weekends to prevent individuals from drinking and driving. While the growing access to alcohol at public businesses in town, this increases the risk of individuals drinking and driving. This includes drinking within public settings, as well as the drinking taking place in personal residence. Realistically, individuals, including minors, have the ability to drink and drive outside of our public establishments. In order to reduce the risk of drinking and driving and the consequences of this action, our tactics as a community, city, and county need to focus on a preventative action to keep its residents safe. The consequences have proven not only to affect the lives of the victim, but the lives of the first responders, the friends, family, and the community as well. Because we cannot guarantee that every individual will be responsible and have a designated driver, I am proposing a public transportation service that can be utilized on weekends when the risk is most prevalent. I propose that the change be molded after the service offered in Lamar County located in Paris, Texas. Dylan's Drivers was started by the parents of 2 high school seniors who were passengers in an alcohol-related accident and lost their lives. It is a nonprofit organization funded solely by donations from individuals, local businesses, and fundraisers throughout the year. It is run by a board of directors and operates with volunteers and a contract with Enterprise for the use of vans. Their service offers residents of Lamar County 1 free confidential ride per night. Their services run Thursday through Saturday, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Dylan's Drivers has been operating for 6 years now and has given over 13,000 rides. Their mission is to be proactive in ensuring the safety of their residents of all ages. As a volunteer myself for this organization, I have personally seen the good it is doing within their city. If a service such as this were implemented in our town, it would help to decrease alcohol-related automotive accidents, fatalities, injuries, and individuals driving under the influence, and to counteract the risk created by the influx of alcohol sales within Silver Springs. I feel that this change is needed to ensure safety and to protect the lives of our residents, as well as bring our community together for a cause of something good. Thank you.
Thank you, Lacey.